32X getting ready to ready up. Both teams getting ready.
Five, four,
Here
three,
we go.
2, 1.
Seeing very similar classes out the gate here, with a pyro for T5 instead of a second demo.
2 Ubers on both teams, it would appear.
32X a lot faster to mid.
Yeah, it was due to the whipping soldier. It's very effective in this type of match.
Especially when you're moving a lot of bigger, slower classes like demos and soldiers that we're seeing over on 32.
And Turbine does not offer a good opportunity for a jump out of spawn because of the low ceilings. Oh, see, Intel's already picked up for T5, but dropped shortly outside the Intel room. Maple Man managed to sneak in, it looks like.
Kobe Bryant sniping for 32X from the lower. He's the only defense they appear to have in that area. But Engineer as well with a sentry gun set up in the lower hall.
Offsetting Ubers. Looks like 32X has won that exchange and is going to attempt to push the Intel room here.
It is. 7th Thorn low on ammo.
Meanwhile, Maple Man is trying to sneak into the Intel room here.
Domer takes down the big gun in the T5 Intel room.
Oh, Maple Man's going to wait for the Intel to reset. He is sitting right there. He's going to grab it and run, I guess, past spawn.
I think so.
There he goes.
That's a bold move and a good one, probably.
And
Notice
with no one dead for 32X.
Oh! Kobe respawned.
Deserves.
He does the crit with the Girardi.
That was a nice move there. So, looking back at 32X.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. I was going to say 32X now trying to gear up for a push. But T5 is going to push the Uber out, try to get them scattered back into the middle. 32X retreats, just decides to let that Uber run out without doing much damage.
That's bad.
Huge,
They're 2 up for
T5
T5.
from Domer.
Only 2 left, and that's going to be a big push going in for 32X if they think about it.
It dropped T5 both of their medics, which is not good.
Yeah, and they've got their Ubers now. They're going to push this sentry.
Rumpel not going to be able to hold it with just that SG, though he did hold them off long enough for some respawns to arrive. We'll see if it's enough to hold them. Here comes the soldier for the grab. McLovin, 32X does have the intel in hand. Medics are Uber chaining each other to try and hold him off. Oh. Video and Vexinate aren't able to do it, and T5 hold their intel just outside the room.
Yeah, 32X down to 3 players up.
Good recovery by T5.
T5 can own the middle if they want to here.
They are
just a heavy retreating in the middle. 7th Thorn will survive.
Oh, they better watch their backs. They're going to get flanked out the garage door.
Pinched.
Nobody's watching.
Wow, Maple Man picked up the intel
Maple's
too.
going with the intel. He's in trouble. He's getting to it, but doesn't have a good exit because he doesn't have any cover. But that's going to keep 32X on their heels because they're not going to be able to move all their resources forward as long as he's keep getting in there.
Right. We're seeing a little more traditional defense with the gun on the intel, unlike the previous round with Rumpel. Gearbox is using a forward sentry placement on the balcony. It can be very tough to take out, but you do risk having your intel snuck in on. And it is in position for that right now.
32X is moving a significant number of players into the lower hall. There is a defensive unit there, including a Wrangled level 2, Pyro Heavy Medic. Uber has been popped on Cat Square by Vexinate. Sorry, about 7th Thorn by Vexinate.
Oh, that sentry pickup did not work out well for Rumple.
No, it didn't, and they're in trouble in the intel room. This is going to be 32X taking the intel. If there's nobody in center, he's going to have a clear run home.
Yep.
And Cat Square is going to take it home. Other intel's coming the other way. Maple Man again, going through the upper hallway. Gets taken down. Spent too much time dancing instead of running, but he was trying to defend at the same time as Cap. Capture for 32X.
We're at 1-0 now. Intel is alive for T5. Not in an easy spot though. Right outside the spawn door.
Indeed, 7th Thorn is holding in the area with Mark to cover it, and there is a sticky trap on it, which will make life difficult for any scouts. Looks like they're just going to camp on it until it goes away. Oh, here's an Uber going in by 32X against HL3's lower level.
He's
Wipes out.
He's switching it out, so it did not last long.
Yes, indeed. He put out 2-3 different people. They're not able to make much headway. They kill some folks, which is important, but they didn't get anywhere.
Big group in there, though. We'll see if they.
Yeah, about half of each team is downstairs on the on the T5 side of the map. Both medics for both teams are present, along with their respective heavies and some explosives.
Nice pick by Big Earn there.
There's an Uber pop.
Killing the demo for 32X.
T5 counters with theirs.
Another nice shot by Big Earn, taking out 7th Thorn.
Yes, indeed. He's earning his keep there.
T5 repels and keeps 8 players up. They
8 to
are
3.
Move out.
They need to run in there and get that sentry down.
Rumple is bringing the level 3 to the middle.
Impressive. Meanwhile, Gear has dropped back and put his level 3 in the intel room for 32X to try and keep any damage from happening.
We get the level 3 up.
Level 3 is up. It gets taken down quickly by an overhealed 7th Thorn.
Yep.
However, they did get an intel pick. Snidely Whiplash has taken the intel for T5 and is jumping for safety.
Wow, nice
Just
jump.
barely. He's going to get clocked by a late following rocket, but it won't be enough. I don't think they'll be able to defend here. Oh,
yep.
Big Earn with the kill. Forces him to self-kill, and he's going to get the cap on behalf of T5.
Yep. And we're at 1-1.
Hard
Have to
fought.
say, Big Earn, definitely the MVP of that last few minutes there. 2 big picks, and then the final push for that intel.
32X building up in the center, sending some people scout heavy medic through the vent. It's an interesting note. Many of the people on 32X are good friends with each other, have played a lot with each other over on TV6 Dust Bowl. It's one of the places where Mark recruits from, as did a couple other captains this year. Worked for him last year well. Tuber, Potato said that a lot of their players have not, in fact, played TF2 with each other much in the past. So they've been scrimmaging a lot to get ready for play. Flushing out their play styles and positions and just getting to know each other, and I'd say they did a pretty good job getting to know each other. They're doing a good job here. Though as I say that, of course, 32X takes the intel and starts running.
Yeah, huge DM win there in the, I believe 7th Thorn took down 3-4 players with a lot of backup from his teammates.
Cat Square home free, gonna go and get that away.
And now we're seeing the forward hold with a sniper. Very dangerous to have a sniper looking in that direction, since that narrow spot is easy for him and he is not at risk.
Video trying to get away with another one, but the T5 has come around behind 32X and his trapping
nice
hook.
work by Maple Man to try to mess them up and not allow them to forward hold.
There's an Uber on
I
Shriek
think they're going
Farms
to get
by
the intel out
Greybeard.
anyway. No, they do not. There it is. Nice work by Cat Square.
Dancing!
Yeah.
Cat Square dances, gets out of there with about 10 health. That was some quick footwork to escape.
It was. It's timing and good jumping and dancing is really key to that kind of sneak in on Scout.
Yes, indeed, and demonstrates the importance of having an SG on the intel wherever it's down, because it would never work for a scout if there was one. But in that case, the fight was just too hot and they didn't have time.
And what's interesting is both NGs are using level 3s. No one's using minis.
Yeah, it is a really different NG match than the previous two we saw. It is now 3-1 32X. Haven't called a score for a while here.
Yes, the level 3 NG doesn't surprise me too much on 32X. They're very much the heavy firepower, heavy weight team. They're not playing for lightweight movability, flexibility, so it seems about par for the course there. T5, they could probably go either way on it.
Mark's got an Uber up in the vents. Let's see what he does with it. 7th Ord.
I believe they're going to wait for the other push to happen, though. Use the element of surprise and do the pinch.
He's just popped
Oh,
it.
he popped early.
T5 Ubers, though.
The other side popped their Uber, so they dropped in behind them.
Not sure they're going to be able to get that Wrangled Sentry down in time.
It looks like KK did her job as Pyro kept that Uber completely neutered. The gun stays up because of the wrangle. 32X does seem to have possession of a large part of T5's lower hallway right now, though.
And the crits on Snidely there. Takes a little while, but it does clean out the hallway. Give T5 the opportunity to move into the middle. Ooh! Nice work by Cat Square to scare the medic back. 3 shots, no help to the medic. Doesn't get a kill, but it makes a big difference there. Prevents T5 from taking the middle and gives 32X a chance to regroup. See a much more even mid-fight than we would have otherwise.
Indeed, I would almost say that 32X has the advantage right now. They had more flanking positions. They have swept back through the middle like a tide. 7.5 minutes remain.
Probable, I think there's an Uber advantage for T5 right now. Although they're
Sure
separated. They have a Kritzkrieg on the left with a Sparky, who is a fantastic bomber. We're going to see if he attempts to use it.
He sure is. And he's bombing away, like you said. Looking the wrong
Bombing away,
direction, though,
but-
gets taken from behind by a heavy.
Yeah, I think he attempting to clean up that demo man wasn't the smartest strategy. They probably needed to go in and try to clean up from behind and leave the demo who was not threatening.
True, but here comes Uber from both teams at the center now. Center near the lower exit of T5.
Dexon's got Uber ready.
Cat Square tried to jump in again, got shot out of the sky by Shriek Farms. There's an Uber ready, as you said, from Vexen. No Uber on T5. However, if the medics survive, they will be 2-1 afterwards. The Wrangled level 3 engineers down. Oh, he's back up. He's up.
No, he's up.
He was distracted for a minute.
You can really see the big difference that Wrangled level 3 makes in terms of how those Uber pushes work. They just have to put so much damage on it, it lets the other players on red stay up longer. Has repelled them several times. Not enough, obviously, to put them in the lead.
Indeed.
T5 needs the push. They're defending too much. They need to get their damage classes out there.
Agreed.
I agree, especially if they could just spare 1 or 2 people to go and put the hurt on the sentry gun. that Gearbox has got up in the lower hallway so that their scout could run in there. Maple Man got in about 3 or 4 times earlier. Here goes an Uber into that hallway. Let's see if it does anything. Not at that range, it won't. But it's the right idea.
Unfortunately, Maple Man cannot win a 1-on-2 against Cat Square and McLovin. Oh no, that was bigger. Oh, a nice pill from Domer.
Yeah, Domer taking out Devilish Potato. Knocking out the medic.
Both medics down for T5. 32X needs to move in right now.
Especially because they have one full Uber and one at 75. They could chain these together and get a cap. There's a sticky trap there at the corner. Just got burned to no effect. Here comes major push. First Uber is deployed. It's a crit. Second Uber is ready. And it's a real one. They're putting it to try and take out that level 3 Sentry Wrangle. It's down.
Level 3 goes down.
Cat Square has the intel. He's out the door. Maple Man fighting him back, but Domer's with Cat. Puts enough stickies down that he has to back off. And he'll be away to the races.
Domer's coming behind the combo right now.
Oh, Maple tries to get a pan on Cat. Cat has no health at all. Oh! Last second save by Sparky in the intel room. It won't be enough to last forever, but he's going to get out of there with that intel.
Oh, he is buying some time.
And they took down the
pinched.
SG, but he did get pinched, as you said. There's a cap.
And it's 4-1-32X now.
32X's intel is now outside the room in the lower hall. They don't presently have a sentry gun that can hit it, but they're working on it. Uber heavy with a demo following. Try and get in here and grab this intel. It would really give T5 a shot in the arm to grab this.
Oh!
The sticky trap
Not
got
enough,
popped
though.
too early, but
2
still
on
enough.
6 really isn't going to work out.
No, they needed the support from that other couple of guys behind them.
Right, and once that sticky trap was blown, they could have pulled it out with help, but not without.
Yeah. 32X taking back control of their lower hallway again. Probably should buy enough time to reset the intel unless they sneak somebody in there. See, this is one of those times where I do approve of using a spy here if you have a good one. Get it in there, keep that intel touch, make the other team paranoid. You don't have to stay a spy, but long enough that they respect the option.
Right, and with 2.5 minutes to go here, you really don't have anything to lose.
Gotta be creative about it. There's Maple jumping over top again. He has to retreat. Crits now coming from T5 side. Meets an Uber, goes down hard. Ubering a scout, and there's the heavy against a wrangled L3 in the intel room. Engineer can't see behind the pillar, doesn't see 7th Thorn flank the gun. This could be trouble.
And
Gun.
Cat Square waiting nicely to get out.
Sure is. Cat on fire, but has a medic. Gets fragged by Big Earn. Medic now running with it at low health. Shot out of the air.
Yeah, 4 down for 32X, but they are going to at least threaten this.
Minute and a half remains. A lot of pill spam coming in that lower level. These demos over on 32X are making life unpleasant. Here comes Cat on the bonk. They pop an Uber against a bonked scout. Try and push him out off of the intel. He does retreat.
Mission ends in 60 seconds.
There's a combo going through the upstairs vent, dueling with a soldier at long range. They're going to have to back off. Oh, crits from across the map. Crits Krieg across the map makes that heavy actually effective at range. Takes down the medic at long.
We got 30 seconds to go here.
Mission ends in
32X going for the Cat.
Yeah, they
trying
know
to pull it
that,
back.
the caps matter, and they want that 5th one this round. There's
bet
been a
they
lot
do.
of caps in this week.
Cat Square is in with it. He's going to get number 5. 15 seconds remain when that cap happened in the first half.
Mission ends in 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Alright, and that ends round 1. We'll be back with round 2.
Guys.
About 5 to 10 minutes.
Go ahead and switch colors. We're going to take a 5-minute halftime. Match.
God save the Queen!
Alright, well, what we saw there on the scoreboard, to me it doesn't feel like it actually reflects quite what was happening in play. Obviously, 32X came out on top, and they were able to get some good runs in there, but I think that T5 put up a pretty darn good fight. They need to be a little more aggressive, push out a bit more like they were doing towards the beginning, but they've definitely got some they've got some talent on that team that they'll be able to put to good effect.
Yeah, I
Make sure
agree.
you don't switch to ready until your team is ready
Not
to
a
go.
lot of,
'Cause if the other team
they
switches,
don't have a
you'll
lot of
be
competitive
live.
UGC players like 32X does, but they do definitely play like a great team.
Agreed, and I think with some more time for them to get used to playing with each other and such, they could really mesh and be pretty darn solid.
I agree. They have a lot of good players on their team. They played well as a team. I think probably the difference, honestly, and not singling them out for not playing well, but just Maple Man pushed them hard, kind of the way Soup Nazi pushed Cup and Cakes in the first round, but the defense was there, and he needed more backup to be able to push those caps that he started and the team couldn't finish.
Exactly. If he'd had the kind of support going in there that Cat Square had in reverse, he would have been scoring all over the place. So, definitely a good point.
Yeah, I think subtle changes for T5 here, not wholesale tear out.
They also got to watch the DM from Domer. I mean, Domer went 27 and 12 that round, and that's pretty good for a 20-minute round and small type of map.
Yes, indeed it is. And as a frontline combat class, you don't expect to see those kind of numbers regularly.
Well, that says the players in front of him were playing well and giving him a chance to span in.
And
Use
they're not
his
dropping
stickies.
medics.
And they're not dropping medics. That really
Very important.
key for every map to keep those medics up and get those Ubers churning.
One thing I do like to see over there on T5, you see those medics are at the top of the board. They are definitely doing their job as medics. Needs a little more defense and such, obviously, but just to keep them alive. But they're getting in there, they're putting out their Ubers when they can.
I see the Tots have switched out their Pyro KK for a Soldier in Crimson's Shooting Star. I think they recognize the need for a little more firepower.
Yes, indeed, and Crimson is an experienced player around the Ville in several high-intensity situations. He has both captained teams in various events we've had, as well as been in quite a few other matches. He's got a good Ville Cup background, and he's always a danger on the field.
It'll be interesting to see what he does. He's going to play his unusual brand of soldier, where he will run the full tank buster set.
All right, guys, let's roll when you're ready, please.
Interesting to see if he actually uses the is able to pull out the battalions back up in a good situation there.
Yeah, indeed, it's an odd combination to be using, but anything, if a person's good with something and people aren't used to it, it can be quite effective. And we are underway for part 2.
And CS is going to whip them out in the middle here, in the beginning here. Although not connecting. So we'll see if they can get out in the middle in time.
Both teams showing up, but T5 having a few more players out center to start off. A significant number of 32X went down the stairs to their intel room. They're now holding their own lower hallway, and building up that troublesome sentry gun is Gearbox on the lower hallway platform.
Taters did drop their combo, soldier medic combo on the left here, and lose their other soldier now to Domer. So it looks like presence to the contrary. 32X wins the initial. Let's see if they decide to use it to push out, or if they just wait a little longer here.
Indeed, and Mark has got an Uber ready to rock here. He's fully charged in his lower hall. Let's see what he's going to do with it. He's taking it back to spawn, meeting up with a soldier. He and McLovin are going to go see what they can do. Uber coming in. They pop a crit countering a regular Uber. That's not going to do anything for you.
And there's no
regular
other
Uber
players
takes
there to
out
kill.
the gun. That push could have used some support, but you know what? It did an important thing there. Got the sentry gun down, and it caused them to pop a crit uselessly. T5 currently has control of the center. I'm sure 32X will try and do something about that shortly. Though their heavy did just get blown to pieces.
Yeah, Vexen does have Uber. They have a lot of players there. I would think they're going to try to push Domer out here.
Backstab. Blackhawks in games. A spy just stabbed the medic down from 60. However, they do have the intel. Here we see Maple Man has successfully made it to the middle with the intel, and he is home free.
Yeah, he pulled off the sneak in that didn't work last round.
Remarkable what you can do with a little support, getting rid of the sentries. That is score 1 for T5.
So Vexen is still milking that Uber. Now he finally uses it.
Blackhawk making Shrew paranoid there. They all melee, a group of 3 get together, a medic, a spy, and a demo together, melee down a heavy.
Another nice shot from Biggern to dome that, dome the medic. Vexen taken down there.
Vexen being the Uber medic, that will give T5 a significant Uber advantage when he's back in. He is not using the Vitasaw, so he'll be starting from 0. Mark, meanwhile, does have a crits at 90, but he's going to get well before any Ubers to counter it this time.
Oh! You can see Blackhawk has the intel.
Yes, indeed he does. He got it almost to the last corner of the lower hallway before getting taken down by the sniper.
And you can see the effect of having him in the games already had. You can see Ern is carrying a Razorback, meaning he is not going to be able to draw big groups of players like the other snipers we've seen.
Yes, indeed. That psychological aspect of having a spy in the game, or the threat of a spy, is significant. Video, meanwhile, is behind
nice jump by
them
Video.
all. Yeah. He's pulled into the vents. He's by himself, but he's in the vents going towards the intel room.
I think he, I'm not sure if it's going to work out as well as he would have liked, but he split the offense for a little while there.
He's
Gave his team a little more time to recover.
Yeah, he's behind. Getting to get the intel. There's not a lot in the way. They didn't realize where he was. He's hurt, he's in the air, but he is in his own vents. He's going to get away, unless that soldier can hit him with some splash damage.
He rounded the corner just in time.
That was very close, but he's going to get a cap.
And that's going to tie this up at 1 in a few seconds here.
T5 currently controlling the middle relatively well. They have a teleporter on the opposite side balcony and a mini-sentry in between the two bowers. Spencer is up, and their players are fairly active down there, holding their own. T5's medic Greybeard is very far forward for not having an Uber fully ready. However, he's trying to get Shroot Farms into the intel room. He needs to stay alive. He gets taken down by a sniper with 83% Uber, I believe that was.
I think their thought there was that they had a player in the vents to drop, that if they were just a little aggressive, they could get their backs turned and sneak in. Did not work out. That scout got killed. And now you see 32X pushing out.
Indeed, that was painful for them to lose that. 32X now has taken the intel and is running it by the spawn hallway. Blackhawk has changed to scout. Once again, you don't have to stay on spy to be effective as spy. Once
He
they
took the vent way, but it worked this time.
Sure did. They're still playing probably on the assumption there's a spy in the game, and there isn't. That's going to be capture number 2 for 32.
See, Sparky is trying to build Uber here for ADP by their spawn door. I'm not sure that that's actually going to work out very well for them.
Greybeard's at 100% Uber. ADP working on his. They have popped down low.
They were forced, it looks like, by some damage taken.
And there comes the counter Uber after theirs wears off. That
this
is
is gonna
advantage 32.
Yeah.
ADP.
And there's nobody. There's very little behind that heavy.
One sniper and an NG with not much of a gun are all that are guarding the intel room against most of 32X's team, and there goes the intel. Blackhawk once again pulling it.
And we're going to see...
Devilish Potato has popped an Uber.
Yep.
Trying to find him. Can't even find where he is.
Trying to prevent that forward Uber hole, but the Kritzkrieg with Domer comes in, cleans up Sparky.
3-1, 32X. 12.5 minutes remain.
And there's Videos grab the intel. He's not going to make it out. There might be a little bit of a seam. Not sure if they're going to be able to get that in with that heavy in there yet.
Heavy trying to eat food. He's getting shelled while he does so. But he pulls it off, and the medic arrives to help. Blackhawk back in, grabs the intel, goes down. You can hear a teleporter being built out here. 32X currently holding the center. Not very strongly, however. They could definitely get pushed out of here.
Maple Man's picked up the intel.
Maple
He
loves
does
that
get killed by
overhead.
McLevin.
He loves going that up and overhead, but not going to work that time.
You got to be careful doing that to watch whether or not the other team's about to get spawns. You do get time because of the stock respawns. Not fast on this game like typical Ville games. Most of the time I've seen that work, it's because all the players are up and away from the spawn when the scout picks that up. And
we see T5 is forced into an Uber. used to no effect in the middle. Mark has got his crit very nearly ready. Now it's ready. They have an Uber and a crit chaining out of the bottom here when they're ready for it.
If they can use it well, this will be very dangerous.
There's the crits, gets used to take out the heavy. They have Maple Man behind them as a scout. He pushes
Wrangled
them
sentry
away
there.
by himself in the backfield. Maple has got
Video
some...
needs to take out that Wrangle. There he goes. Too late, though, I think, to
Blackhawk
give his
is-
team space to move out.
Blackhawk has stolen the intel. He's fighting with Big Earn, trying to escape with it. He goes down at the garage door.
But he gets it outside the garage door, which is a lot easier for 32X to get a chance at capping this.
Absolutely is. We see all of T5 gathering around the intel now, rallying to try and defend it. There's a heavy medic from 32 on the opposite side. Heavy's down, medic retreats.
T5's controlling the middle. They need to push now.
Oh,
Agreed, that was a huge crit sticky.
crit. Well,
Both
crit
medics
stick
down.
used by Mark. He does get killed by the sticky trap. Vexen's gonna follow up, though.
There's the soldier, walks right up. McLovin walks up, takes the intel. He's going to move it. Might not live very long. He goes down, but he got it to their own lower entrance, and now Vexen has it. Drop it for the sniper. Sniper's going to return it. Kobe Bryant with the cap.
And 4132X, despite the fact that Tots have basically controlled the middle for probably over half of the time, they're just not coordinating well enough through the vent there, or through the main hall.
Agreed, and here comes Blackhawk, beats his way with his melee weapon into the lower hallway and the undefended intel room of T5.
Oh, complete wipe for Tots.
Oh my
there.
goodness.
No
Wow.
players up.
And Blackhawk runs down the spawn hall.
They,
Bigger and
no
wings
one's
him, but
coming up
couldn't
in
get a
time,
headshot.
though.
Bigger and had a chance, couldn't quite get the headshot on the moving scout. Can't blame him.
32X has moved in with a demo and a few other players into the room. They got a trap up. I want to see if he pulls that off. Oh, it gets knocked out. They do get another intel out. Nice work by McLovin.
But 32X is just doing so well, is they are chaining the intel. They're handing it from one person to the next person to the next person, so as each one dies,
Yep.
somebody else has it.
Yeah, somebody's coming to the intel to help. That's a real basic thing that a lot of teams have been forgetting to do this week.
Yeah, it's the most important thing to on any map. Whatever the objective is, that is the only thing that matters, is completing that objective. Doesn't matter what your scoreboard points are if you don't get the most caps. Obviously, 32X has something to do with the troubles that T5's having, but I think that's the main difference in what we're seeing. That is 6 points for
And we've got
32.
ADP Ubering Crimson Shooting Star here near the spawn. They get flanked by Seventh Thorn. Manages to take the combo out himself.
However, the intel is still on the move up there. Maple is working on it. There's an Uber at the bottom of the stairs. They stood there instead of moving up. They need to be aggressive with that Uber, try and get a firing position while they're invincible.
I would agree. Come out the gate with that in. There they go.
There's another one coming back the other way. That's the other thing we're saying. And, when a team has an Uber ready, they need to, and they use it, you can move forward with it, not stand in place or move backwards.
Mark's got scripts.
Taking that crits on a demo to try and clear out the bottom opposite.
Domer's dancing around here. Manages to get ADP and then gets saved by McLovin. No reason Dover should have been able to get out of that.
Some impressive teamwork. This is the bulk of 32X is now in the lower hallway of T5. Bonk Scout going in. He's going to absorb the impacts from that level 3 while his team moves up behind. Wrangle takes over.
Beautiful crit sticky there over the top of the Wrangled sentry. Takes out the engineer.
And that makes the sentry
two
gun
other
worthless. There goes Blackhawk with another pull on the intel. Doesn't look like there's anybody in center who's going to be able to stop him, so that will shortly be 7.
No way anyone's going to beat the 21 caps pulled off in the first round by Cup and Cakes, but
that is true. That was an impressive performance. But they are working on the
right.
They kind of got this broken over.
They want caps. They want to be in good position. Of course, winning 2 rounds will matter more than having the caps.
That is true. But yeah, right now I think 32X is feeling the groove. They're feeling like they've got everything working right, and they're just chaining together well. T5 again, not playing badly. They are playing well, but they just need to be a bit more aggressive.
I think they need to be a little more aggressive, and I think if I could hear both TS3 channels, we would hear better communication on 32X's part.
I agree.
I think that's how they're winning these without having controlled the middle so many times. They were working together better when they needed to push.
That, and they're forcing T5 to pop their Ubers early while they're just waiting on theirs.
Yeah, that's a big thing, too.
Yeah, their focuses are good. Is that Maple Man again? Maple Man is dancing around. He needs to go forward. If he goes forward, he has a free escape route.
Yeah, there he goes.
Alrighty, Maple can get an extra one. Good for morale here. Oh, he goes down. There's a crits heavy on it.
I did not see that combo come out with the crits behind him.
They should be able to get it in from there, but yeah, that was a painful way to die for a scout. And speaking of the devil, Blackhawk has the intel again for 32.
I think we're seeing a little disarray now and pressing on the part of the Tater Tots.
Yeah, their combos in the intel room waiting for the cap.
Team, they almost had it there. They backed off when they needed to just run at it and chain contact. They did reset the intel there. They touched it to keep it alive, but people need to just run right onto it and grab it and take off.
But that's a big communication problem. They had players waiting for the reset, and somebody went and touched it. They needed to pick one. Doing both is going to be pretty weak play.
Agreed.
There
Maple got it that time. Let's see if he'll escape. Jumped into a critical minigun, but managed to survive just barely. Leaps onto the point and gets the cap as he explodes. 2 points there.
It is now 8-2 with 2 minutes and 45 seconds to go.
2 people up.
Blackhawk has another one.
Again.
The scouts are definitely proving to be the differencing factor in on this map here. For every team, winning or not, their scout has been their lead attacker, lead MVP. Let's see why.
And now with just a little over 2 minutes to go, it looks like Blackhawk's going to try to push it again.
And we see that despite the fact Blackhawk has not played Spy since the first 3 minutes of the game, the Sniper is still wearing a Razorback over on T5. That is the effect a Spy can have played correctly. Use him for a minute and it lasts for 20.
Hey, 32X, all grouped up nicely on the steps, are giving themselves an option. Drop around that sticky trap, or go in the vents, but they go in the front. Nice stickies by Snidely, though.
Yeah.
Deny Mark and
courage.
McLovin. 1 minute to go, and we've got Sparky and the Meta try to come out top by themselves, though. They're going to just get killed there.
Mission ends in 60 seconds.
1 minute remains. It stays 9-2 in favor of 32X.
I think we're going to see them make one more push to try to add this to 10.
It looks like that's two Ubers against each other. Both combos have gone Uber. Fighting point blank in the lower hall. Slight advantage for T5, lets them get the win, but then Kobe shoots the heavy in the head at the last second.
30 seconds. It's possible they could get a cap here, but they have to push quickly.
Level 3 getting wrangled here. It has been about as effective as any gun in the intel room can be for most of the match from that location. Looks like it will last them long enough to protect against the tenor.
Yep, it looks like we're going to finish out 9-2 in favor of 32X.
Crimson with a Crockett there takes out the last second push. And as he said, 9-2 in favor of X32, 32X. Good matches, everybody. Stick around. We'll try to get an interview with one of the captains here in a moment.
So for a while there in the second half, I really thought the Tots had done well and kind of had fixed their problems.
I think briefly they had, I agree. They got together as a group, they were organized, they were attacking as a group, and they were supporting. But it feels like once things started to go south, they got away from them a bit. And that's something that a little bit of experience and somebody stepping into a leadership role and just making sure the team stays together can really help with.